must be a high-traffic bathroom. Otherwise, the room will have enough latent residual energy to carry out the task. A hotel bathroom is perfect. Make sure it is after 12 a.m. and make sure you have 2 clove cigarettes. The stronger the cigarette, the higher your success rate is. Sit in the dark and begin smoking one of the cigarettes. Make sure there is a mirror present and that you look at your reflection at all times. The burning cherry should provide just enough light for this. When you have smoked the cigarette, within 1/4 of the filter, the room should be full of smoke. Your eyes will no doubt be watering, but do not blink. Do not take your eyes off of the mirror or your reflection, whatever you do. To blink will make all you have done at this point for naught. You will begin to notice that your reflection will begin to fade into black. The reflection of the cherry from your cigarette will begin to separate into 2 red eyes. The smoke in the room will begin to condense, and before you even realize it has happened, a shade will be sitting on the ledge of your sink. He will ask for a cigarette, which is why you are instructed to bring 2. Give the shade a cigarette, which will light itself. Once he brings it to his withered lips, at this point, you can ask the shade any question you want, and he will answer true. You can ask who shot JFK, who was Jack the Ripper, anything you could possibly think of. Be sure to keep an eye on how much of the cigarette he has smoked. When it gets to the point where it will only take a few more hits to kill it, the smoke from the other cigarette will begin to define more of his feature, making him more material than ethereal. At this point, stand up and snatch out his eyes in one sweeping motion. He should still be mostly smoke, so your hands should pass easily through him. If you let him finish the cigarette, he will attack you, surely taking your life in the process. The shade will begin screaming and cursing at you, and the hand holding his eyes will be burning intensely. Do not open your hand. Even though the eyes are disembodied, they can still see if they are out in the open. Run to the light switch and flip it on. This will banish the shade's physical form and send him back into the ether. Leave the room and wait until 3 a.m. to open your hand. The burning will be unbearable until then, but open your hand before 3 a.m. will blow all the lights out in your hotel room, allowing the shade to return and seek vengeance. You will have 4 burn marks on your palm when you open it, all cauterized of course, and mostly healed. From then on, you can never be in the dark room with a mirror, because the shade will be able to track you through the burns in your hand. He will have black hell dogs now, given his loss of sight. They are far more terrible than the shade could ever be. The number of hell dogs depend on the strength of the shade you made contact with. After this, you will always be cold, no matter how warm it is, and you will be given the ability to perform minor miracles. Your dreams will always be nightmares, but in them, you will be granted a kind of third sight. You will never be able to see anything good, only the most horrific future events. And these events will only be known to you at a point where you can't do anything to stop them. A small price to pay for absolute knowledge.